Swordsoul is one of the strongest decks that Konami have ever printed, and one that everybody loves. But is it enough to beat the current meta, dominated by a lot of fire decks? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you guys a Swordsoul deck profile that I came up that can potentially compete with the current meta. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright. We obviously start off with 3 Incredible Easia. It's one of the best going first or going second card. This card can also kind of play around Ash or Veiler. So for example, you expect to summon this for going second, and then you normal summon, let's say Taya or Moay. Then if it gets Imperm, you can always just synchro off this, make Easia, and then you can grab a Langyuan and just call it from there. One of the best way to play around all that kind of stuff. Alright, next up we have, of course, the 3 Moay. Moay, of course, is the best one to draw going first. Obviously you have to have another one with it, but this card just allows you to have so much card advantage. Once you synchro it off, you can always draw a card, and then with the spice and I guess the crazy thing that can stop the meta today, it can actually help play around more of the Imperm and Veiler. Those are really just the one of the biggest I guess downside to this deck is that if it gets Veiler, sometimes you might just have to pass. So yeah, so we got 3 Moay, nothing to explain there. 3 Langyuan. Again, you just have you want to have as much Worm Monster so you can resolve Moay, so then Langyuan as well. This also comes up because you can burn for time. The only bad thing is that it's a fire, so people your opponent can hit a and then take it away from your graveyard. Other than that, it's a really good card, very good extenders. Then we play 2 Taya. Really want to bump it to 3, but sometimes it really sucks drawing it. There was one time when I was playing local and I drew Taya with nothing else that I could pitch to go to the graveyard, and really just lost the game. But it's still a very good card. Again, I guess it comes up. There is a combo which I'm not gonna show today, but it can lock your opponent from playing Fire's effects by using Taya and then another card. Next up we have the Teni package. So we play the 3 Ashuna. We opt to play 3 Vuda. I really like Vuda this format because you can bounce stuff, and also again you can special summon it. It threatens a lot of I guess interaction from your opponent, and I don't really care if this deck goes first or second. Then we have 2 Atara. I really want to bump this to 3 as well, but the space is not allowing me to. But really, Atara is really good because sometimes if you brick on no Moay, no Langyuan, but you do have Teni plays, this card allows you to go into your single lines. Lastly, for the Teni, we do have Shadana, because you'll later find out that I do play the Circle, and Circle is really another good card to dodge Imperm and Veilers. This card really comes up a lot too. You can there's a play where you can use Boxia to pop one of your monk, and then trigger this to special summon the monk back and pop another card. So it's you dealing with 3 cards on the field if you summon monk Boxia with the Taya. For the hand traps, we play 3 Ash Blossom. This is what one good thing about Swordsoul is that you can play a lot of non-engine, and so most of the time you draw 3 engine and 2 non-engine. And we played 3 Drone Lockbird. Yeah, Drone Lockbird is really good this format, and Swordsoul is good because Swordsoul doesn't really care about Drone Lockbird, because most of the time you normal summon Moay, you already search with Easia and draw 1, so there's no point of your opponent drawing you because they just go -1. Next up for the spell, we play the 2 Heavenly Circle. Really good card. And also the graveyard effect comes up too. You can banish it to add a Teni to your hand. Nothing to say, just there to dodge imperm and all that. Then we play, of course, the 3 emergence. And then we play the Swordsoul Desires. I know it's definitely correct to play 3. I know some of the people was like, but I always draw the desire. To be honest, when the desires are 2, for some reason I always draw into the desires. So I don't know. It's just like I guess a personal thing. And for the lastly for the spell, we do play Call by the Grave. It's really good this format because you can hit a lot of grave things. And also you can hit draw, not draw, but like Veilers and stuff. It's just a good one-off. It is very sacky, but I have to play it. Onto the other hand trap, we do play 3 imperms. Again, imperm and Veilers type effect is really good against a lot of boards. Like into witches, you can imperm the witch. I don't play Veiler because a lot of people in my local play talents, so I think imperm is way better. And of course, we play the 1 blackout. All right. So I know you guys wondering, it's like, okay, it seems like it's only like 39 cards. Well, I do play the card that will beat the meta, right? So I opt in to play Super Poly. And now Super Poly, I know it was like it doesn't fit too well because you have very tight space. But there is one card that, if you guys didn't notice, Mud Dragon is actually a worm. So if you ever use Ashuna, you can actually still use Super Poly to make Mud Dragon. And then Mud Dragon makes it so your Moay, even your Chengi. There's one time where one game against my opponent, he was playing Rescue Ace. I had a Chengi and a Mud Dragon out. I didn't change the attribute, and he tried to chain Imperm to Chengi, but of course Chengi is also water, so they couldn't target it. So yeah. So I do play the 3 Super Poly. It's so good. It comes in super clutch all the time, especially against like fire decks, and sometimes against like rogue as well, because yeah, you never know. All right, onto the extra deck. So because we do play the package, the Super Poly package, I have opt to cut down to only 1 shaman and 2 monk. I never missed the 3rd one when I was playing locals like the past few weeks. There might be like 1 or twice, 2 times that might have came up that could have helped me win the game. But most of the time you can just play through it somehow. All right, next we have of course the mandatory 2 Chi Shao, 1 Draco Berserker. Those are the level 8s. One thing about Draco Berserker that is good is that you can banish the effect that when it's popped. Or like let's say they activate Grunix in hand, you can just Draco Berserker, banish the Grunix, and they won't trigger the on-field effect and won't summon. So next up for the Yazi, we play 1 Yazi and 2 Baxia. Yazi comes up sometimes. Most of the time you just do the play where you make Taya and a token when you banish a emergence to make a level 7. It plays well into imperms if your opponent doesn't know that, you know, Yazi cannot be targeted. Of course, Baxia is mandatory. It's just a really good card, and people didn't know that Baxia is not once per turn. You can summon as many copies as you want and shuffle all the cards back. And then we do play the 1 Chaofeng. Chaofeng is really good because it can play through Nibiru if you draw the right cards. Also, on the next video, guys, I'm gonna show you a combo where you can end up playing Chaofeng, preventing your opponent from activating light and also fire monster effect. So make sure to stick for that, and hit the subscribe or the bell to, you know, get notification and all that. Next up, we have the 10s. We have the Sinister and then the Supreme Chengi, and of course you got the Barong. Barong
you don't usually make it too much. You most likely make it go in second, because you can bait it out, make it, and then try to pop something on the field, or have a negate. And then lastly, of course, you play the 2 super party target. The Mud Dragon is really good, and Gorilla, it's still a draw 1 at the end of the time. One important thing about Gorilla is the level 6. So if you have a level 4 non-tuner token, level 4 tuner token, you can make a rank 10 or level 10 synchro. So yeah, guys, that's that video, and that's the deck profile. But yeah, for the next video I'm gonna make, I'm gonna show something special with Denglong, and Denglong is actually coming up to me. There's a lot of plays where you can use Denglong with super heavy samurai that can end on a crazy board. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a like, and see you guys next time. Peace.